Everyone, Padge here. My very first video was my story, and it was basically how I started vaping, why I started vaping. But for anyone that doesn't already know or seen that story, basically I'd been a smoker for 20 plus years, been smoking probably since about the age of 13, 14, on and off. Took it up seriously at 16, and as an adult was probably smoking up to 25 a day in the last 2 or 3 years, to be honest. But I'd always been around the 15, 20 mark most of my life. Asthma as well, the two just don't mix. And basically last October I had a really bad health scare. Asthma combined with a chest infection. And in the end I had to go to the hospital, but just before that basically took my daughter out and I could hardly breathe. I couldn't walk more than 10 feet without having to stop, fight to find my pump in my pockets and take a couple of puffs of my Ventolin inhaler. And obviously, you know, for my daughter, who was almost 16 at the time, to see her dad out of breath and having to sit down in a Waterstone shop and just say to her, you go off and have a look around the shop because I just haven't got the energy. And to be honest, that was the final straw for me, because I want to be able to do things with my daughter, take her out on days out and not be out of breath like an old man, because I'm only 36 years old. So yeah, that was the final straw, and obviously lectures upon lectures from the hospital and the doctors when I stayed in overnight. So this year I carried on smoking, and 3 months ago, almost, it'd be 3 months at the end of this month, I decided to give up smoking. So I put myself on a course of nicotine replacement therapy again, and on the Champix. Now, the Champix have always had quite good results for me in the very beginning. I think the longest I stayed off them for was about 3-4 months, and that was about almost 2 years ago. Tried them this time, and for the first 8 days I was fine, and then all of a sudden, excuse me, I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. And I just knew that I didn't want to feel like that because I had no worries. You know, I'm very fortunate and I'm very blessed that I don't have any stresses in my life. I don't have any kind of worries at all. So I just knew it was the tablets. So I basically researched, came across electronic cigarettes, and I was really surprised actually how far along they had come, because obviously I just had a vape stick, Cigalite device, and I just couldn't get on with it. It just didn't taste nice. It didn't give me the throat hit or the satisfaction I got from smoking real cigarettes. So I gave that up. And then obviously when I researched this year, I found that things had progressed so fast in the space of 18 months. There was many juices out there, many flavours, devices, and I also, by chance, I can't even remember how it all happened, but I was invited to a Facebook page, Vapers Unite, and I've never looked back, because that to me has been my therapy, if you like, my support group. And that all sounds rather sort of over the top, but to be fair, to be able to talk to people who were all smokers, who had decided, like myself, to give up, and to share experiences and how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis, is a really great and unique thing. So basically I'm now 3 months in. I haven't had a cigarette in 3 months. It'll be 3 months on the 24th of June. It's now the 14th of June 2013. And the good thing is I went for an asthma checkup last week. Now bear in mind, in October I was told I would need to go for a spirometry examination because of my asthma. And after seeing my nurse practitioner last week, had an asthma review, she said, Paul, don't go for it at the moment, you're too young, and because you've given up smoking, I can already see a complete difference and change in yourself and in your asthma. So don't worry about that. Now, I would normally, for anybody that doesn't know, when you go for asthma checkups, you get this tube that you blow into, and it's got a reading on the top, like a little dial that zooms up when you blow into it. It's called a peak flow meter. That basically just measures how much lung capacity you've got, how much air is in your lungs and all the rest of it. And basically on a good day when I was smoking, I'd be able to blow about 580, which is still very, very low and very under average for someone of my age, etc. And of the type of asthma I've got, because it's very, very mild. October, when I was in hospital, I was blowing 110, which is scary because I was told it was about 15 to 20% oxygen. When I went last Friday, I blew 680, 690. So you can see that personally, from my own point of view, stopping smoking and vaping has done me the world of good. I still get my nicotine. I'm still a smoker. I've never told myself I'm an ex-smoker. I'm a smoker. I'm just choosing to get my nicotine in a healthier, cleaner transportation vessel, if you like, without all the carcinogenics, because cigarettes have over 250 carcinogenics in them. And then on Wednesday of this week, I was shocked, angered, and kind of felt let down because the MHRA now want to try and ban them. Now, they're saying it's not an outright ban, but, you know, as a lot of people have seen on, you know, Vapor Trails TV with Dave Dorner and stuff, he's explained it is an outright ban because at the end of 2016, or at the start of 2016, when this all comes into force, if it does, that no products on the market at the moment, in their eyes, are worthy of being fit for purpose, which I find bizarre because NRT has a 95% fail rate. Only about 7% of people will actually stop smoking within the first 12 to 14 months. And this was never a nicotine replacement therapy. It was just another alternative for smokers to give up cigarettes that had loads of rubbish in them, loads of evil stuff that causes cancer and other illnesses, but to get their nicotine in a safer delivery system. But now they want to try and medicate it and trying to get all clever with it, and you know, I'm just angry about it all, to be honest. Now, none of us in the vaping community, or anybody that sees this and is using even an e-cigarette, an e-cigarette replica, or even a device like this, none of us can sit back on our laurels and say, yeah, well, we got 3 years, let's ride it out, it may never happen. Wrong. We all start doing what we've been doing for the last few months, and we carry on doing it right to the bitter end, and that is we contact our MEPs, our MPs, we email the MHRA, we get right up their arses and we just give them stick. We don't give them time to breathe, as Fury79 said on our Root Tapper 79 YouTube channel. Let's not give them a moment's breath. Let's not even give them time to think about their next move. Let's bombard them with emails, letters, sign petitions. There's loads of petitions floating about. Sign them. Don't ignore them, because every one of our views counts. Every one of our views matters. And let's face it, our future is in our hands where these are concerned. And I, for one, do not want to go back to smoking. That is a given. I've already said, and I'll say it again quite openly, I will take and buy my stuff off the black market. It doesn't make any odds to me at all, because I will not go back down that road of smoking cigarettes, because the health implications are far greater with smoking than this. No one has died from this, no one has got ill from this, and all I'm hearing about is people whose lives have been totally changed for the better. They feel healthier. What are people thinking about? And I'll tell you what they're thinking about. It's all about money. It's not about people's health. It's not about their concerns about how safe these are, because these are the safest things going, in my book, and the rest of the vaping community will agree with me. It's about money and about tobacco companies and large conglomerates of pharmaceutical companies running scared because of the tax loss in revenue from tobacco sales. Let's face it, there's over 700,000 people currently using e-cigarette devices, whether it be a cigarette replica or whether it be something like this. At the end of the year, we're looking at maybe 1.5 million people converting from cigarettes to this. You've only got to do the maths and know that that's a hell of a lot of money that the government's losing. It's a hell of a lot of money that pharmaceutical companies are losing through NRT products. Well, sorry and all, you're going to lose that money because your products don't work. They fail. It shows. I don't know where people are getting their statistics from, but they fail, and they fail miserably. This is the most successful way of giving up cigarettes completely. Now, some people will use these to give up completely. That's fine. I haven't got a problem with that. That's great. If you can come off cigarettes completely and come off the use of this and have no nicotine at all, that is fine. My choice is to carry on being a smoker, but to get my nicotine in a safer system, which is this. Do not take this away from us. Everyone must fight. I've been the Padge. This has been my story. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Have a great day. Catch you very soon.